First of all, really appreciate all the fans that came out this past weekend, and that field house was as loud as I've heard it for both of those matches, and was appreciated and needed. We're obviously we're excited and about being one of the, there's 334 teams in the country, and be one of the 16 that are still playing and being able to do it with a group that you really enjoy being in the gym with. We're, I'm fortunate and excited about that. We've got a really tough, big group in front of us. You look at Florida and Texas and UCLA. I mean, those are three traditional thoroughbreds in our sport, and to have all three of them and to play them at Texas, we're excited. We've got Florida in front of us, and that is they might be as talented of a team. They might be the most talented team in the country. They've got four All-Americans, four returning All-Americans, and that doesn't include the National Freshman of the Year from a few years back. So a lot of talent on the other side of the net. We're just starting to break down film and putting together a game plan, but we're excited about still playing.
How much is going through the rigors of the Big Ten going to help you out in this another mini 4-team tournament this weekend?
I think it's huge. I mean, it's these are two. The two teams that you just played those were really, really good teams. And the three teams that are at these are three elite teams, elite programs. And fortunately, our conference is peppered with those. And so I don't think anybody in the country has played more top 50 teams than we have this year. I think we played the most, maybe us and one other program. So it's not going to be a shock, the level of competition that we're playing this week. It's not going to be a shock to anybody on our team. Now the thing is, do you go out there and execute in that situation? But I think the Big Ten, I don't think anything prepares you better than that league.
Andy? Kelly, to listen to you all season long, you seem like someone who puts toughness above everything else in terms of how your team plays. Is there a game plan for cultivating that? Do you have a specific way of doing that, or is it a different approach every week? Is it a different approach with every player? One would think that's the case, but is that how you go about your business?
Well, I think it's toughness, but it's also passion and enthusiasm for what you're doing. Trust. I think trust is massive, and that's why when we communicate with everybody, not just the coaches, but when we're talking players to players, is that let's cut the BS and everything else. Let's deal with the truth, and so you're not wasting all this energy on they said this, but are they thinking this? And I think that's really, really critical. If you've got a high level of trust, and then you can kind of really move forward. But yeah, certainly toughness is. I've never seen a team in any sport that was elite, that was soft, and so I think that's really big. How do we cultivate that? I think you cultivate it with a consistency in how you go about things every single day. There's nothing that we're doing in our gym that's magical by any means. I think the thing that we try to do is every single day we think as coaches that we need to approach the gym the exact same way every single day. And it doesn't matter if it's preseason or where we're at now or middle of October. And then you just have a standard, and we talk about that standard. And if they're not meeting, here we are. I mean, everybody's pretty fired up. We're heading to the Sweet 16. That's pretty cool. And you would think everybody's going to want to be in the gym, and coaches are happy, everybody's happy. But you walk into practice today, and there's people that have left their enthusiasm down the locker room, or their effort to go after balls. Instead of safety last on defense, they start thinking safety first on defense. Then we're going to have some issues. And I think it's that standard every single day that I think builds confidence, and it builds that toughness that you said.